teenagers, middle schoolers, high schoolers deal with acne. They also deal with acne bullying.
A lot of times we be praying for stuff, and then when it comes, we be running away from it. And so a lot of aesthetic professionals are scared to grow because of that.
I really wasn't uncomfortable. It was just time to get out the house.
How you guys doing? I want to welcome you to the Content Aesthetic Show, where we take different med spa owners, different aesthetic professionals, and allow them to share their message to empower you to keep thriving in your business. And on today's episode, we have Shaquanna Johnson. How are you?
I'm good, Dontel. How are you?
I am blessed. I cannot complain.
Good.
Biggest thing I want to know is, how do you make a difference in your community?
I make a difference by going out to schools, actually, doing different skincare programs for teenage girls. And actually boys want to do it too, but I haven't reached that market yet.
What makes you want to do that? Like what's inside you? Like, let me go and start with the youth.
Because I know that teenagers, middle schoolers, high schoolers deal with acne. Mm-hmm. They also deal with acne bullying.
Yes.
And it's a lot of hormonal changes that they don't understand, and they're not using the proper skincare because they don't know any better.
Is that something that you dealt with as a?
It is. Oh. It is. I dealt with hormonal acne as an adolescent, and I was using, I won't even say the names, but I was using certain products that were not doing anything active for my skin. And
did you have to deal with any bullying or talked about or anything like that?
I didn't, but I have been around people that did.
Yeah, and the reason why I ask that is because a lot of times when we go and we have a mission to help, it's normally stimulated for something we dealt with or seen growing up as well, and we don't want that cycle to continue.
Correct.
You know, and so that's why I asked. When it came to starting your practice, like, what were you doing before doing skin?
So before doing skin, I was actually a medical assistant working in the urology office.
Yes.
And then from there, I honestly should have went to school for aesthetics because I was doing eyebrows in middle school.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know why I didn't just go ahead and do that, but it happened for a reason. Yeah. Because I actually went to work at a urology office, and one of the doctors actually opened up a med spa. I was in school at the time.
Yeah.
So his esthetician ended up quitting. And because I was in school, he was like, well, since you're already a medical assistant, just come work for me. So I went to go work for him at the med spa and went to school at night.
So having that training over there at that spa, did that help you in your business?
It did, because I was exposed to things that estheticians were not necessarily able to do yet that we're able to do now. Yeah. But I already had the training on it.
Yeah. I love that. And so what made you say, let me transition and open up my own business?
Well, when I was in school, I already knew that I wanted to have my own. Okay. Working for someone else was not going to be my thing, but I did enjoy the experience that I was given to work in that med spa with him.
That's big. So what was that transition like? Did you leave straight from there and started your own business? Did you have to go to any other shops? How was that? So
I actually left that med spa and went to go rent a suite. And the lady had some issues with her landlord. So from there, I went home. I had a spare bedroom. So I was like, I'm just going to go home and run my business from my spare bedroom. I did that. Candace doesn't recommend this, but I did place ads on Groupon when I had my business in my home. But I guess she doesn't recommend it because, I mean, like, that's your home. You don't want random people coming to your house. But it worked for me. Yeah. I didn't have any fear about it. So I ran my business out of my home. And then from there, I was taking my daughter to daycare one day, and I was riding down the street, and I saw that this building had a for rent sign in the window. And I was like, let's call and see. So I called, and it was available, and it was within my budget. So I transitioned from my home to my own place.
How was that? You know, because a lot of times we go out and we see the for rent sign and we be like, all in our mind, like, oh, I can't do this. I'm not going to be able to do that. Like, what, did you have that problem at all?
No.
Oh, so you said, I'm getting this mine.
I'm doing this and this is mine.
Oh, that's amazing.
God placed it there. Yeah. So it was up to me to do the rest.
I love that. And so was it an instant thing? Like you called a number and you got it instantly?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Were you prepared for the build out?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no, because the building needed a lot of work. A lot of work. But I got it done.
Yeah.
I got it done.
Did you go over budget at all?
I didn't even worry about a budget.
For real?
I didn't worry about a budget.
And the reason why I ask is because a lot of times when we do build outs, we be having a set number. And then next you know that number ain't the same number. And then now we like a little panicking like, okay, we got to get a return back. We got to get stuff moving. You didn't have to deal with that at all.
I didn't have to worry about it.
That's a blessing.
It is.
You know, so how long was your build out time?
My build out time ended up being a year.
Whoa.
But it kind of worked because COVID was going on anyway.
Oh, okay.
So technically, I wasn't supposed to be working in a space. So it worked for me.
But did the landlord understand it?
He did.
So didn't charge you at all? Or oh, yeah, you was blessed. You was blessed because any other landlord, especially they going through COVID, they need all theirs.
Yes.
I think that's a big thing. And the reason why I ask that because it's a lot of aesthetic professionals who scared to go open up their own location. They comfortable with staying in a house. What made you uncomfortable with staying in a house?
I really wasn't uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It was just time to get out the house.
What determined that time?
I think alignment determined that time. Like me taking my daughter to school. And on the way, I saw this place. So I literally had to pass this place every day. It was convenient. Yeah. It was very convenient.
Is it something like you prayed for prior to or anything in that nature? Or it's just like, nah?
I had been considering it.
Yeah.
And then it was placed there. So it was like, why not?
Yeah. I love that because a lot of times we be praying for stuff. And then when it comes, we be running away from it. And so a lot of aesthetic professionals are scared to grow because of that. They like, well, I wanted this, or I needed that, and it don't got that, so this ain't for me.
You can't nitpick everything.
I love it.
You got to use what you have.
Yes.
And grow from there.
I love it. So was it easy transitioning your clientele from the home to this?
Yes, because again, like everything in my life is strategically planned as far as like location. Yeah. So it wasn't far from where I live.
Oh, dang, that's dope. And so now you come from having just to pay for your mortgage and stuff to now having a location. So did you have enough clients in the beginning to cover all your overhead?
Thank God I did. Thank God I did. And then I also set up my business to where that I rent rooms. Yeah. So I have rooms that I rent out. So that helped cushion too. Okay.
So if a aesthetic professional, if they get in a location that's a little bigger than what they desire, how easy is it to actually sublease a room?
It's kind of easy. Yeah. And then sometimes it's not because people be out here and they don't want to pay rent. Yes. And then you got to evict them. Yes. So just market yourself, or sometimes people just come and knock on your door and they're looking for a place. But I would definitely like go to schools and just put up signs and advertise that you have space available.
So did you have any season where it was like nobody there, it was just you and you like, how am I going to add somebody here?
No, it's always been at least one person in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think that's another thing. People go to think about just the negative outcomes. Oh, but what about if this person don't work? Or what about this? Do you have to trust the people? Or because some people are like, oh, I don't trust these people. I don't do this. I don't do that.
I mean, of course you want to trust them, but at the end of the day, it's business. So even if I don't trust you, but you pay your bills, we don't have any issues.
That's it.
Because your clients are your clients. Your business is your business at the end of the day. Mine is mine. Yeah.
I love that. How is it balancing entrepreneurship and being a mother?
I want to say it's easy because I became an entrepreneur for that balance. I didn't want to work at a job that was telling me, oh, well, you can't take off because your daughter's sick. Or I love the flexibility of entrepreneurship. Yeah. My clients are very understanding if something does come up, and then I just schedule my life around her, my clients around her.
Why is that important that she witnessed you go through entrepreneurship?
To let her know that she can do anything she wants to do. Because she be in there with me too. She cleans the beds. She sometimes waxes. Typically, it's my sister. She wants to wax her underarm. And then she works in there. Yes. So I'm showing her the business. If this is something that she wants to do, I'm not forcing it on her.
I love it. Did you come from a family of entrepreneurship?
No.
So why was this important for you to be the first?
It was important for me because I was raised by a single mom. So I watched my mom work multiple jobs and juggle multiple things to provide for me and my sister. So I wanted the independence. But even though she was a single mom, she was always there for us. Always. And now that I'm an entrepreneur, guess who's an entrepreneur now? My mom.
But that's normally how it is. And are you able to communicate and help her through some of the entrepreneur struggles?
Yes, I'm asked questions all the time. She's like, I need an assistant. I say, yeah, but I'm not it.
I love that because what happens is sometimes we inspire our parents or our relatives to do something they never done. And so sometimes we can be so busy inside of our own bag that we tend to neglect them. But we don't mean to. It's just we be so busy. And then it's like, we have to go down to a different level because they at level 1 and you might be at level 10. And sometimes it's hard for us mentally to get there. And that's why I just asked, like, how is it, like, conversation-wise between you and her?
It's really good. She inspires me sometimes. She be doing more than me.
Yeah. So when it comes to promoting and marketing your business, how are you with that?
I get in the mode of not wanting to create content.
Why?
Sometimes I just don't be in the mood to do it.
Okay.
I just don't be in the mood. But I do know if you batch, it won't matter if you're in the mood or not because you got something somewhere that you can post. And my phone is full of content, full of it.
So what are you willing to sacrifice to be able to actually get better at it? Because especially in this time that we in, visibility is everything. And of course, we have our clients, but we always need new clients because retention is a different monster.
Yes. I would be willing to sacrifice at least 30 minutes out of a day to, even if it's something that's trending on social media, just make a video.
Yeah.
Just make one video a day.
I love it because with our clients, what we do is we actually shoot all of their content for the month in 1 hour.
That's crazy.
And we do it virtually. So we have the software to take over their mobile device. So they don't have to worry about the ideas. They don't have to worry about shooting. They don't have to worry about editing. They don't have to worry about captions. They don't got to worry about posting. We give them their time back.
Take all the guesswork out of it.
Yes. See, because this is what we love to do. And we know you're doing what you love to do.
Correct.
And content ain't that.
It's not.
But if you don't get seen, you can't do what you love to do. And I think that's why it's a big importance. And so when it comes to retention, I know you said like, oh, retention it's a different monster. What are some steps that you do to retain your clients?
I will reach out to them like probably, especially if they're a new client, I'll reach out like a week later to see like how their skin is doing. If it's my wax clients or facial clients, I'll reach out to them like if they didn't rebook, I will reach out to them 4 to 6 weeks post their appointment to check and see when they're coming back in.
And how are you with like automations and nurturing people that ain't your clients yet?
Not the best.
Okay.
Not the best.
What do you feel is like that biggest problem for you with that?
Honestly, just doing it or having the system in place to do it. Okay. Of course, I have like my text number and things like that. It's just actively growing that list.
I love that. If you can say one thing to an aesthetic professional to keep them going, I want you to look in this camera and I want you to say something to keep them going.
Remember why you started. Remember why you started. I personally started because I knew I was having a baby and I wanted to have the flexibility to do whatever I needed to do for her. So just remember your why.
I love that because a lot of times we just be going and we forget our why. And sometimes our whys sometimes are shallow and we don't go deep enough. So I think that's a big thing. If you can put a spotlight on one of your superpowers, what would it be and why?
I am a warrior. I have been through so much in business and in life, and I just keep going because I see my daughter and I know she sees me. So I have to keep going for not only her, but me too.
So when you in those fights and you battling, how are you able to mentally stay?
God. That's the only word that I can give you. It's only him. Because there's no other way that I would have been able to get through everything that I went through.
Okay. I love that. I want to thank you, for showing up today. I want to thank you for being amazing mother, amazing entrepreneur. Keep thriving no matter what, even when, life be life, and you keep showing up. And don't allow, small stuff in time to determine your future, because it's temporary. And as long as you're a warrior, you're going to keep fighting. As long as you're a warrior, you're going to stay strong. But as long as you have clarity, you're going to keep going. All right?
Thank you.
So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for tuning in to the Content Aesthetic Show. And I want you to understand that fight is your fight. That fight, you might not have all of the tools to keep going through it. But what I want you to do is not to give up. Because every time you win a battle, you get stronger. Every time you win a battle, you get a new sense of direction. And so right now you might be going through one of those battles, but use it as the strength to your vision. Use it as the motivation to your mission. All right. I'm Dontel Antonio, and I want to thank you for tuning in to the Content Aesthetic Show.